if the reconstruction approach, if that is feasible, we could potentially start spending money November, December-ish range as well.
Okay.
So it's going to take some time to get there. This is federal money, and there's lots of hoops to jump through.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for your work on this.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Staff review.
I think Marty just did a very good job.
He did. He does. He's done a very good job in this community for decades. It's really in grant writing and administration. Council comments. I guess we've kind of had those as well. Why not just declare the public hearing is closed now at 6:55 p.m. and we don't need a motion. So let's switch to ordinances.
We have the first reading of the ordinance adopting the 2015 building code as published by the International Building Code.
Is there a motion to approve the ordinance?
I move for approval.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
Do you want to say something, Michelle, or?
May defer a little bit to our fire department, just so they worked on this a lot. But Michelle Sponheimer, Housing Community Development Director. Periodically we do updates to our building code, and so this is the 2015 version that we're proposing to upgrade to. Scott Remmenschneider, our building official, has been working with Chief Ryerson on going through the sections and making sure everything is updated and keeping with our amendments and exceptions and things that we would normally maintain throughout the years that we have included. So I don't know that I have the answers for anything, but if you have specific questions, by all means get those to me and we will find the answers. But it is kind of a standard adoption, which we haven't done for a while. So.
Any questions of Michelle?
Yeah, there's usually we approve the code and then you have some changes, some updates.
I believe that there's amendments
Yeah,
included.
there are exceptions and amendments noted throughout the language of the ordinance. So we're adopting it and then immediately basically saying what it is that we're changing to fit Marshalltown.
So it's all at the same time.
Okay. Anything else? Public comment? Okay. Let's call the roll.
Lamer,
Yes.
Martin,
Yes.
Weirin,
Yes.
Cahill,
Yes.
Dowdy,
Yes.
Hoop.
Yes.
Thank you. And on to the next ordinance.
We have the first reading of ordinance 14985 relating to fire code, adopting the 2015 edition.
Is there a motion to approve this one?
So moved. Second.
Thank you. Any discussion?
We do have Deputy Chief Chris Cross and Building Inspector, Fire Marshal Josh Warnell here if there's any specific questions.
Anybody have any questions up here?
Your Honor, I have a question or two.
Okay.
With the International Fire Code, how does that affect local and existing code with regard to open burning?
My belief is the open burning is going to be addressed at a different time, wouldn't it?
Yes. So that is, so that's one of the things that was noted, that there is an exception. We do make an exception from the International Fire Code for open burning. And then Chapter 91 of our Code of Ordinances is what spells that out. And so as we followed up on your question earlier and looked at it, we're not amending Chapter 1 of the Code of Ordinances right now. That would be something that, should you approve the 2015 update, that would be something that would come back for you on a separate ordinance amendment. So this ordinance that's in front of you tonight does not actually make any changes to open burning. That would be coming to you under an ordinance amendment to Chapter 91 of our Code of Ordinances.
I guess my confusion continues. Section 307.1 open burning general is amended as follows. A person shall not kindle or maintain or authorize to be kindled or maintained any open burning unless conducted and approved in accordance with section 307.1 through other sections of the Marshalltown City Code. So you're reiterating to me that it does not make
Yep.
any automatic change with adoption of this
No, not for the burning process. So that would be addressed per that code as to be approved by you at a further date.
In chapter 91 is where we spell out what our rules are for open burning. And so the ordinance that's before you tonight does not make any changes to that chapter 91. And so those would be brought back at a future date. So, but it just notes that this ordinance that is before you notes that that's where we make those exceptions to what the International Fire Code is.
Okay, thank you.
And I apologize for the confusion. It was very confusing for me as well, trying to, get through the processes that we have set up here for this coming forward to you.
Other questions? Let's call the roll.
Martin,
Yes.
Weirin,
Yes.
Cahill,
Yes.
Goudy,
Yes.
Hoop,
Yes.
Lamer.
Yes.
Very good. That one carried as well. Now to the final ordinance.
We have the first reading of the ordinance providing for the division of taxes levied on taxable property, amendment number 7 to the urban renewal plan, area number 3, first reading.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
A second?
A second?
Discussion.
To clarify, what this is by taking an action to add area to the urban renewal area number 3, which was done under a resolution. You then have to have it stated in your ordinances, the legal description for that. And so this is the ordinance to amend our code of ordinances to provide for that additional legal description of where the property taxes could be collected. So it's another formality in the process of getting all of this stuff moved forward.
Other questions or discussion? Roll call.
Weirin,
Yes.
Cahill,
Yes.
Goudy,
Yes.
Hoop,
Yes.
Lamer,
Yes.
Martin.
Yes.
Very good. That carried as well. And so we are on to the public comment section. Members of the public may make comments on any item which was not on the agenda during this time. Again, the speaker shall approach the microphone, give name and address, limit comments to 3 minutes unless longer comment is authorized by yours truly. The speaker shall direct comments to the mayor and the council as a whole. The mayor and council shall not engage in discussion or debate on items raised by members of the public, and no action may be taken on items raised in public comments in order to comply with the open meetings laws. Is there anyone who would like to make public comment?
Lee Botter, 401 Orchard Drive. As we've talked over the past year, we've had some major things going on in our city. We all know that because of the tornado. One of the things that I would like to bring up is we recognize our diversity within our community, but we do have something really special coming up this weekend, okay? Cindy Brodeen, last week, she promoted the recovery and what's been going on with the Coliseum. And one of the comments that she did make is, we had angels protecting us. She was absolutely right. We had no deaths in this community, and that was a miracle beyond miracles. The event that's coming up this weekend that I'd like to promote and do a shout out, historically speaking, we've done the Bible reading marathon at the courthouse. It's actually going to be at Anson Park. Needless to say, we can't go to the courthouse this year, but it's going to be at Anson Park, Friday, June 28th, and Saturday, June 29th, between 9 and 5. And just bring a lawn chair, your Bible, your family. You can pray, that kind of thing. Whether you're a believer or not, I just encourage us to use that as an opportunity to come together as a community. So thank you.
Thank you, Lee.
Anna Wolvers again. Just two general comments. I talked to kind of Bill a little bit at the Coffee with the Cop. He's a firebug. I'm not for the fireworks being sold on major street corners. It's my understanding the Marshalltown Police Department shared that per state law, they're legal to sell within state, but they are illegal within the city limits. And I guess social media people don't understand the limitations of that. And so Bill asked me what I suggest to do to help improve that. And I guess just awareness, if where they're selling them, that the ordinance was posted that they are illegal within the city limits. That would help prevent the PTSD in this community with the veterans home and just general crime. You never know if it's a bomb or a shotgun or a firework. So I guess just increase education on what is legal and where, and promote the city one so we all know when it's happening at once for our children and dogs and funding. And then the last thing, I know I've been vocal about potholes before. I want to publicly thank Al Hoop for his work on getting the city streets department involved in the work they've done on Thomas Drive. But North 4th here by Rogers School between Summit and State is a hazard beyond hazards, and I work there at Rogers every day. There's open brick underneath those potholes, and it's a big, big mess to look into sometime, please.
Thank you.
Steve Storjahan, 1209 Glenwood Terrace. I was sorry to see Lynn Oberding leave. I'm also the chairman of the All Veterans Committee, and our primary function is to organize Memorial Day services every year. Normally, when the Coliseum was open and running, that was our go-to place in case we got rained out. This year, we got rained out. About the first week in May, I went down to the Fisher Community Center and talked to them down there, and they were gracious enough to offer their facility, the auditorium, in case we did get rained out. We did. And I just wanted to thank them. It was, being it's a community project, I just wanted to thank them for their generosity and allowing us to go in there. We took care of their staff and their maintenance guy, the night man. So I just wanted her, and I'm sorry to see her leave because I wanted her to be notified or be noticed here for this. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve.
Lonnie Hoagland, 909 Stegman. Again, I think I just almost could call all you guys by your first name, almost as friends. I want you to know I don't want to be considered a thorn in your side, rather a friend in the field. I've been thinking how I could say that, and I thought of it as I was sitting here. And you're going to have to cut me off at the 3 minutes, and I'll gladly be quiet.
It's on.
Starter. But I like how Jessica said I went for a sandwich, and I noticed all the gum on the street. Well, you ought to walk around Marshalltown. I'm a very optimistic guy. I see the positive of everything, but the town needs cleaned up. I hear it loud and clear from people. Marshalltown's horrible. Well, I've given Mr. Greer a list of businesses that are awesome in the past. People don't see the awesome, they see the horrible. If you look, you see those pieces of gum. It's bad. Leon says, let's clean it up, but I made a phone call to the city hall the other day to see who I need to complain to about 6th Street's resurfacing project. I went through about the 3rd person, and I got a hold of Justin Nickel. I think he might still be, yep. He said that's what it's supposed to look like. It's supposed to seal the cracks, and it's doing what it's supposed to do, but if the city was run like a business, I don't think I'd pay whoever did that. It doesn't look good. That's appearance. You start out here off of Iowa Avenue, you come in on 6th Street, it looks horrible. And he said, well, that's where they started. That's where they learned. That's where they practiced. They had some problems with their machine. Well, hire someone who knows what they're doing. Was it a financial decision to use that chemical? The way they did it? Blah, blah, blah. It's lots of stuff involving. Curb appeal, that's the word she's looking for. People look at that curb and go from there. The garbage cans that are overflowing. If the garbage can's overflowing, does the city need to change their coating on garbage cans? The homeless that are pushing shopping carts around town, we need to help them people. They didn't used to be here, but that's not just Marshalltown. That's every community that's changed. The tall grass in places. Uh-oh, that's some school lots. I called and said, hey, what's going on with this school or this school? Well, we've only got a couple people that mow grass. Well, then hire a third one. Junky looking sign here on Main Street, right in front of the old Denny's hometown. It says it's all laying in a pile, it's destroyed. It says caution, right-hand lane closed ahead, because it used to be closed in front of McGregor's, but it's laying in a heap there. Whoever's in charge of that needs to clean it up. How long's Main Street been totally open? A couple months. Junky looking sign laying there. I'm not trying to be negative. I am a positive person, and you might have noticed a couple smiley faces around town.
All over the place.
They have been.
There's gonna be more.
It was an interesting tour that you gave me of the town too, Lonnie, I have to admit, and we should do it again sometime. I did see, I think in the report, we got a weekly report about how many abatement cases are opened and closed, and it was over 60 that involved the weeds, I think, this week that were closed. So we are enforcing it, and we've got Joe pretty busy.
Cut me off at my 3 minutes a little bit ago maybe, but what I'm talking about is Chief Tupper being smart enough one day, hey, I'm volunteering with, I forget what program it was, Habitat for Humanity. He says, Lonnie, can you come help me a minute? I said, well, what do you got going on? And he says, whoa, hang on, I can't pay you. This is a freebie thing. Well, can we use one of your tow trucks and pull some wiry fence out? That's what I'm saying. I got more energy than ever, Eddie Bunny. But you got to reach out to me and say, I don't give a care about 25 minutes of my time. We went and did it and got it done. And
Yeah.
do stuff like that with lots of other people. Use your resources.
Thank you. It's been fun. The Habitat people are on our block by our office. They're just young people in and out of there, working their butts off to fix up this town. Yep. It is.
Your Honor,
Any other? Yes.
what's the timetable for the approval of the apartments downtown? The low-cost apartments, when will we know if
I don't have a timeline on that at this point.
they met the state's timeline to get the applications in, and then they got approved? They don't have a design time?
Well, I can send further communications. We have, our agreement specifies when we were supposed to close on the property, in October, but yeah.
October, so it's another year before you probably see anything down there.
Hard to tell.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay. I don't.
Your Honor,
Yes.
couple of items, short. I'd like to get an update on a project that we approved over a year ago, and that has to do with South 7th Avenue, the connector. Right now, there are 60 homes with one egress. That is unacceptable. And I'd also like to get an update on our handicap access with sidewalks. That too is important. And maybe Justin in the future or now could.
I was gonna say, it's not on the agenda, so
No.
we can't talk about it right now.
That's why I'm
but-
talking about it now.
Mhm.
Okay. Thank you. Any other? Not seeing anybody else.
I was gonna say, one thing that I don't think we've done, and he's here tonight, Justin, do you wanna introduce the new street superintendent?
I don't think that we're getting cut off from that.
Mhm.
Open in the public agenda, that's why I put it there. We're gonna have a conversation.
Yes, for the council that don't know Rick Legg, this is Rick. Rick was a former street employee and left our services three and a half years ago to be employed with the county, and now comes back to us as the street superintendent. Has plenty of experience within our street department and is making positive strides in a positive direction so far in the things that he's done. Give you the
Welcome.
chance to speak if you would like.
It's kind of like coming back home, I guess, a homecoming. I'm excited about the opportunity, and I hope to get to meet more of you in person, and we're trying to take care of those potholes and stuff. So. We'll work on it.
It's 7:15 PM and we are adjourned.